Welcome back to another project. In this project, we're going to create a movie trailer pop-up. As you can see from the final version of the project, we have an image here with a movie title and some Loren Ipsum text. Then we have a button. So when we click on the button, we can see a video pops up and we can play the movie and we can full screen the video, and also we can change the playback speed, and we can download it, and also we can watch it in a smaller screen. And also we have a button here for closing the video. And just pay attention, the video is in the 15 second. When we close it and we open the pop-up video again by pressing the watch now button, we can see that the video is reset to be in the 0 second, and we can play it from the beginning. We're going to use JavaScript to add these functionalities like resetting the videos, and also adding and removing this pop-up window when we click on this button, and we can close it using this button using JavaScript. And also we're going to use the video tag of the HTML to create this video player, and we're going to style it using CSS. So see you in the next section for the HTML part of our project. All right, let's start our project. First, we open the Visual Studio Code, and here we close the Get Started tab. In the File menu, we click on the Open folder. I would like to create the project in my desktop, but you can create it anywhere you like in your computer. So here we click on the desktop, and here we click on the New Folder button to create a new folder. We name the folder, for example, Video Trailer Pop-up, and we press Enter. And here we click on the Select Folder button to select the folder. We close the Get Started tab again, and now we can create our HTML file. So here on the left side in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the new file. We name the file index.html and we press Enter. Now we have an HTML file on the right side, which is completely empty, but we can use an exclamation mark to have an HTML5 boilerplate. In the HTML5 boilerplate, the doc type tells the browser on which version of HTML the page is written in, and for HTML5, we just need to have HTML here. Then we have an HTML tag which covers the head tag and the body tag. The length attribute inside the HTML opening tag sets the language of the page, and in our case, we set the language to be English. In the head section, we have 3 meta tags and also a title tag. The charset attribute inside the first meta tag defines the HTML character encoding, which is set to be UTF-8, which is recommended by HTML5 for web developers because it nearly contains all the characters or symbols. Next, we have the compatibility meta tag, which tells the Internet Explorer browser to use the most recent rendering engine, which is Edge. The viewport meta tag tells the browser on how to resize the page. We can use Alt-C to turn on the word wrap to see all the codes. And here inside the content attribute, we set the width of the page to be the same as the device's screen width, which means, for example, for the mobile screen, we have a smaller width than a computer screen. Then we have the initial zoom level of the browser, which is set to be 100%. This tag sets the title of the page. In order to see the browser inside the Visual Studio Code, we can use the live preview extension that we have installed. So we right-click and we click on the live preview, show preview. Now we have the browser on the right side, which is completely empty, but with the title document. Let's close this Explorer section by dragging this line to the left. So we have more space on the right side in our browser and also the coding editor. So let's change the title to be the same as the name of our project, which is video trailer pop-up. And inside the body section, we create a div with a class of top container or the main container, which is the main section for our website, including the title, the image, and also the paragraph of the movie. So we create this div with a class of main container, and inside this div, we add an image tag, which is img, and in the source, we just get an image from a website. For example, we get from the pixels.com. So we go to the desktop, and here we click on the Google Chrome. Here we search for pixels, and in the search results, we click on pixels.com. In the search result, we just search for movie, and we just choose a picture, for example, this one, and we right-click on the image, and we click on the copy image address. We go back to the Visual Studio Code, and here in the src attribute, which is the destination of the link, we paste the link. We can see the image now inside our browser, which is huge, but later using CSS, we're going to style this image. In the alt, we just say movie image. All right. After the image, we have the name of our movie. We can use a h2 tag. We just say movie title as an example. You can see it here. Then we have a paragraph, which is, we just can use Loren Ipsum to create some random words. We just say Loren and we press enter. So we have a kind of paragraph of the Loren Ipsum texts. Then we have an anchor tag or a button. We can create a button with a class of btn, and inside the button, we just say watch now. So for the trailer, and we can press enter to accept the auto suggestion to have the button with the class of btn and the text of watch now. Okay, that was it for the main container div. I think, yeah, we should put this button h2 and the paragraph inside this div, not the outside. So we just cut this and put it inside this div. Right, that is correct now. And outside this div, we can have our pop-up video window. So we create a div with a class of trailer container, and inside this div, we just add a video tag, and inside the src, we can just find a video from the pixels.com website. Here we are inside the photo section. We can click on the videos, and we just choose on a video. Anything is fine. We just click on any videos, and yeah, that's a video. We just download it with the original or any quality you want. We can just full HD is fine. We just use free download to download it. And in the download section of the Google Chrome, we just drag this file and bring it inside the folder that we have created for our project. And we go inside the folder and we change the name of this file to just trailer. We go back to the Visual Studio Code, and inside the source, we just say trailer.mp4 as a index.html, and the file are located at the same directory. We just need to have trailer.mp4 for the src of the video tag. We can see the video here, but it doesn't have any controller like a play or pause button. So here we just add the controls attribute So now we have the controller. We can play the movie. We can pause it. We can just change. We download it, put it in a picture in picture mode. But the size is big, but we're going to use CSS to style this video or other parts of our project later. Another things we're going to have is a close button for closing the video pop-up section. So here we just we go back to the browser, and in the new tab we search for Font Awesome to bring the icon. So we here in the search result fontawesome.com, we click on icons. In the search bar we search for times, and in the first result we have the closing icon. So we click on it, and here we see the HTML tag of this icon, which is an I tag with the class of FAS FA times. We click to copy the HTML tag, and we go back to the Visual Studio Code and we paste it here. We can't see it yet because we must add a link to the Font Awesome CDN within the HTML code. So we go back to the browser, and inside a new tab, we search for CDN.js. In the search result, we click on cdnjs.com. And here in the search bar, we search for Font Awesome. We click here on Font Awesome, and we scroll down a little bit, and in the first result, we click on this icon to copy the link tag. We go back to the Visual Studio Code, and just under the title tag, we paste the link using Ctrl-V. If we scroll down, we can see the letter icon. Here, we can increase the size of this icon by just adding FA dash, for example, 2x. We can double the size of the icon. Yeah, that was it for the HTML part of our project. In the next section, we're going to style our project using CSS. So see you in the next section. All right, in the last section, we have finished with the HTML part of our project. In this section, we are going to start styling our project using CSS. First, we need to create a CSS file. So on the left side in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the new file. We name the file style.css and we press enter. Now we have the style.css file on the right side, but before using CSS, we must add a link to the CSS file within the HTML code. So we go back to the index.html, and just under the Font Awesome tag, and at the end of the head tag, we add a link tag. And we press and we select the third auto suggestion, the one with the CSS. Now we have a link tag with the relationship between the HTML file and the external style sheet. The href attribute here defines the destination of the link, and as both files, the index.html and the style.css are located at the same directory, we just need to have style.css for the URL. Now we can start styling our project using CSS. We just save the file using Ctrl+S. We close this Explorer section by dragging this line to the left to have more space on the right side. And we go to style.css and we start styling from the body section. First, we remove the margin around the body element using margin 0, and we can use box sizing, border box to easily style the containers inside our project, and we change the font family to, for example, sans serif. And then we want to position everything to the center, so we have to change the width to be 100%, or we just change the display to flex, and then we use justify content center to bring the items to the center horizontally. And we set the height of the body to be 100% of the viewport height. And we use align items center to bring the items to the center vertically. And we change the background color to be black. We can't see the changes yet, but we're going to decrease the size of the image so we can see everything better. So for the main container that we have here that covers the image, the H2 and the paragraph and button, this one. So here we just write main container. We set the max width to be 550 pixels, and we change the image size. We just say main container img, which is the first image. We change the max width to be 100%. We can't see it yet because it's under the video tag. And we change the margin button to be 15 pixels. All right, so let's remove this video section so we can see our everything else first. We just change the display of the trailer container to none. Otherwise, we don't know what we are doing here. Display none, and we're going to change it later. So now we set the image to be 100% of the max width, and the width was 550 pixels. You can see here. And then we cannot see the title and the text yet because the color is black and the background color is black as well. So here we target the main container H2, and we change the color to white firstly, and we change the font weight to be 500, which is a thinner font, and we change the font size. We change the size of this and make it double by using 2em. Or instead of this, we can just use a H1 tag. So we change this H2 to H1, and we change this one to H1. So the size would be enough. All right, let's style the paragraph. So we just say main container paragraph. First, we change the color to white so we can see it properly. And we just add some margin to it. Margin 15 pixels. We just add margin for 15 pixels, and yeah, just 15 pixels for left, top and bottom, and 0 for left and right. You can see that's responsive too. And then if we add some padding to the main container, probably we don't have any problem for we just say 5 pixels. I want to, maybe 10 pixels. So we have some space around these elements even we have a smaller screen. So this is completely responsive now. And after this paragraph, let's style the button. So here we just say the button has the class of btn. So we just we change the background color to white. We remove the border using border none. We add some padding. We add 10 pixels up and down, or top and bottom, and 20 pixels left and right. And change the cursor to be pointer, so we see a pointing hand when we hover over the element. And I think everything looks fine. We just add some border radius 5 pixels. Yeah, everything looks okay. Let's check this one in the real browser like Chrome. So we open it inside the browser. We close this. Yeah, as you can see now we have like this website, and in the smaller screen looks okay too. Let's add some border radius to the image as well. So we go back to the Visual Studio Code and the image section. We just add a border radius 10 pixels. All right, looks okay. Now let's add some hovering effect when we hover over the BTN. So we just say BTN hover, and we change the background color to, for example, orange, like this. All right. So next we are going to style the video section. So we remove this display none so we can see the video, but we're going to style them first. So for the trailer container, we position it fixed so we can bring it in the center by using top 50%, left 50%, and we use transform, translate to, because this is in the center, but the edge of the video is in the center. So in order to bring it exactly in the center, we can add minus 50% for translate X and Y. All right. And let's change the background color to be black for the video container. We change the width to be 100%, the height to be 100% as well. And we bring the video to the center using display, flex, justify content, center, and align item, center. All right. So for the video inside, we just trailer container, and we target the video tag. So now, if you check, we have a div with a class of trailer container, and inside the div, we have a video tag. So now we're targeting the video. So here we position this as a relative, and we change the max width to be 900 pixels. So we have a smaller, and we remove the outline by using outline none. Inside the browser now we can see the image, but it's in the left side now. So we can position it first. So we already positioned it using this trailer container. I made a mistake here. The left is 15%. It should be 50%. Sorry about that. So now we have the video exactly in the center. That was a little bit confusing for me. So here now we have the video at the center. We can play it, we can pause it, but we want this video to be smaller when we have a smaller screen. So we can use media query to set this. So we just say media query, and we say if the max width is, for example, 991 pixels, we set the trailer container video to we change the max width to 90%. So as you can see now, if we have a smaller screen, we have a video like this. Let's test it here as well. See, in the big screen, we have only this size, but in the smaller screen, we have the 90% of the width. So that was it for the video part. Let's install this close button that we have brought, this one. So let's now we have this close button has a unique class, but we can add another class. We just say close icon, and we can install it using this. We just say close icon. We position it absolute, and we just say top 30 pixels and right 30 pixels. We can't see it because the color is white, so we change the color. So the color is black. We change the color to white. So now we can see the button on the right side. Let's make it a little bit like a thinner, or that's fine. Here is the size is okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine for the, we change the cursor to be pointer, so we have a pointing hand when we hover over it. So I think that was it for the CSS part. We just need to remove this pop-up video when we have a class of active inside the inside this here, inside the div with the main container. If no, sorry, here inside the trailer container, if we have the class of active, we want to remove this pop-up video. So here, the trailer container, we just say if we have the class of active, we want to change the visibility to hidden. So now when we add this class, we don't see the pop-up window, and if we remove it, we see the pop-up window. So in the next section, we're going to use JavaScript to add and remove this active class when we click on this button, and also we remove it using the closing button that we have here. All right, so see you in the next section for the JavaScript part of our project. All right, in the last section, we have finished with the CSS part of our project. In this section, we are going to add functionality to our project using JavaScript. First, we need to create a JavaScript file. So here we open the Explorer section using Ctrl-Shift-E, and on the left side in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the new file. We name the file index.js and we press enter. Before using JavaScript in our project, we must add a link to the JavaScript file within the HTML code. So we switch to index.html file, and just at the end of the body tag, we add a script tag. We just write SC and we click on the second auto suggestion, the one with the src. As both files are located at the same directory, I mean the index.html and index.js, we just need to write index.js for the URL of the JavaScript file. So we can close the Explorer section now. We don't need it. So we have more space on the right side, and the elements we need to bring and return to the JavaScript is this button, and also the closing button, and this trailer container div to add and remove the active class. So three things we need. We create a constant, and first we bring the button. We just say btn element, and inside the document, we use query selector method to return the element with the class of btn. So here, we can use Alt-C to turn on the word wrap so we can see the code clearly. And after this, we bring the closing button. So we just say close icon element, the document.query selector, and the element at the class of, we add this class here, close icon. We copy this and we paste it after the dot. The next element we need to return is this trailer container, because we want to add and remove the class of active to this class. So we just say const trailer container element, and inside the document we used query selector method, and the class name is trailer container. All right, we have everything now inside the JavaScript. We add a add event listener method to this button. So when we click it, we can trigger a function. So we just write btn element.add event listener. The first parameter is the event handler. The event is click, because we want to track the click. And when the click event happens, we want to trigger a function. And what we want to do is to remove the class of active when we click on this button from this trailer container element, this element here. So we just say trailer container element dot class list, and we remove the class of active. So when we click here, now we see the video pop up. Now we want to add the event listener to this closing button. So when we click on this button, we're going to add the class of active. So we just say close icon element.add event listener. The event is click, and we trigger a function. And inside the trailer container element, we want to add the class of active, like this. I want to add some like a transition to this pop-up because it's coming very suddenly. So for the trailer container, we add the opacity 1, and when it has the class of active, we want this opacity to be 0. But we want to add the transition here, so we just say transition on opacity, and we just say 0.4 seconds. Now we see a transition when we're doing it. Just make it a little bit more, maybe 7. All right. Now, when we click on this play button, after a few seconds, if we close the button and we open it, we still see that the video is playing, even we are not seeing the video. So we can fix this one by just after closing the button, we want to stop the video. So we need to bring this video tag inside the JavaScript. So here we just say const video element, and we use the query selector method, and we target the video tag. And here we just say video element. First we pause it. We check this. So we are playing it. When we click on this, the video should be paused. We can see, and then we want to set the current time of the video to 0. So when we play it, for example, now the seconds is 6. When we close it and we open again, the video time is 0 and it's already paused. So we have to play again. So each time someone click on the watch now sees the video from the beginning. Let's test it inside the browser. You can see in the full size, we have a bigger screen. We can play it, and we close the video. We play, we see that this is reset already. As you can see, we can change the volume. We can full screen the video, and the other features is you can change the playback speed, like increase it or decrease it as well. Yeah, that was it for our project. I hope you enjoyed and learned many things. So see you in the next project.